You know what I'm saying? I realized something recording yesterday and then now today is that sometimes my brain don't be working.
It's us.
What's going on YouTube? About to hop into the gym, hit this upper body session real quick, show y'all some tips and tricks how I organize my workouts to stay healthy, but also to build muscle and build strength as I get older, right? You can use this at any stage inside of your fitness journey, whether you are just starting, whether you're intermediate, advanced, elite athlete, you can use them, but definitely the people who are trying to get it back, former athletes, people who are like, yo, I want to continue to lift and be good, but I want to have longevity. You want to take the tips and things that I'm doing today and put them inside your workout, right? But before we get into that, I want to talk to the people who are really trying to, get a goal, but they don't feel like they're getting the return on investment based on the work that they're putting inside of the gym. They're going to the gym X amount of times a week. You're doing, this, that, and third, but you're not getting what it is. The number one reason I see people fail inside of the gym is because they walk in without a plan. It's not because they don't know what to do as far as the science is concerned. It's not because they don't have the time to be in the gym for 2 hours. No, it's none of that, right? It's because you're walking in the gym without a plan. It's the fastest way to frustration and to failure. And when you think about it that way, you start to look at different areas in life where not having a plan is not acceptable, right? Think about if you were to ask a contractor to build a house for you and they just showed up to a lot with some 2x4s, some tools, some mixing cement to make your concrete or whatever like that, and they just started haphazardly putting things together, expecting that a mansion would come out. You look at them and be like, this is not okay, I'm gonna go find me a different contractor. So why do you think you can go inside the gym and say, oh, I don't know what I'm hitting today, I might do some arms, I might do some legs, I might do some cardio? Why do you think that's gonna get you your dream body? Why do you think that's gonna get you to a place of performance where you are feeling your best self? You are looking good, you are feeling better, right? There's no way you can walk into the gym without a plan, a structured plan, and expect to get results. So if you want to get better inside of the gym, if you want to lose that fat, if you want to build that muscle, you can watch all the tips and tricks on YouTube if you want, as you want, but if you don't organize them and structure them in a way that is actually going to make you get better when you go inside the gym, then it's not going to benefit you. So definitely start looking at what you do when you go in the gym, look at your plans, look at everything, and then see if you're actually getting the return that you should be getting. And if you're not, it's probably because your plan is either not structured properly or you don't have one at all, right? So with that being said, that's my little rant. Let's go in, let's hit some cardio first, because nobody told me that cake and candies wasn't part of a well-balanced diet. First of all, I don't understand how every gym I walk into is crazy loud. It's like a nightclub. Got the music loud, so you probably can't hear me. I'm gonna do my best to talk up, but also not look like a weirdo, like I'm talking to myself while trying to show y'all what we're doing. First up, before we get into any type of strength training today, is cardio. My sole reason for doing cardio is just to burn some extra calories. I like to eat. I don't want to stack up the fat. So we get some extra calories, do some intervals on a stair stepper, get the climb, get my heart rate up a little bit, stay there, consistent. You can do intervals on a stair stepper. I love intervals. 2 to 1s, 3 to 1s, or you can do a 1 to 2 every minute or so with some high intensity on a stair stepper. So it's good, saves your joints from the impact of running. Longevity, right? After I'm done with this, we'll run, get my warm up, show y'all what it's like to keep your shoulders healthy, try to keep them healthy with everything else going on. All right, we're gonna hit upper body. Start out with some chest, right? It's like before everything, we do mobility, then we stabilize. So mobilize, stabilize. If you need to activate anything, go ahead and activate. But right now, whether you're doing upper body back, or upper body shoulders, or upper body chest, whatever, you wanna make sure you always mobilize the shoulder joint. All right, just lubricating the joint right now. Then we're gonna hit some lacrosse ball stuff. Take that lacrosse ball, have it right underneath the shoulder. I got a funky trap right now. So what I'm doing, pinning that trap down. We're gonna move in that range of motion. All right, so it's active release. Everything that we do is active. Why do we do mobility active? Because we want the tissue to actually adapt to what we're doing. Static stretching is cool, but loaded stretching and mobility to actually dig into the belly of the muscle to cause some, got a nice little click there. You see my shoulder is a little bit going crazy. But what was I saying? Static stretching is cool, and over time it works. But when we do active stretching and loaded mobility, it not only allows us to be prepped for the session, but it allows us to get adaptation over time. All right, so when I do any type of warm-up, my warm-up's a little bit different than most others. My warm-ups can almost be a workout. I use variations of Matt Wenning's warm-ups, the Wenning warm-ups, if you've ever seen them, where we do our, basically the range of motion, the movement pattern that we do inside the main lifts, and then we hit a corrective, right? So I'm gonna hit 25 push-ups, tricep extensions, and I'm gonna do a corrective for my shoulder. The idea behind the warm-up is to get a little bit of a burn, but not to overwork yourself, right? We want to get the muscle activated, ready to stabilize, and then we correct, but then we start building up and I'll actually work in sets. But for right now, we're just trying to get a little bit of a burn. Just trying to wake the muscles up, just walking into the gym, right? I love Matt Wenning when he introduced these to me through his channel. It was next level. I use these for burnouts, use them for warm-ups. You get some extra volume in there. Sometimes it feels like junk volume, but everything that I do inside the gym serves a purpose, and I don't know how to count while I'm talking. Used to, but I don't. All right, so we had that. Now we're gonna hit some external rotations with the band. And then we got 2 sets of those. 2 sets. I'm not gonna talk through this one. I'm just gonna hit my push-ups and go. And I can usually come to about 10 within failure. Don't get that close. Still leave yourself some room so that you don't fatigue yourself before your main sets. My bad, guys. This is right now where my microphone apparently decided that it didn't want to pick up my voice, and it cut out on me and stopped recording. So I'm just gonna voice over and basically summarize everything that I did from here on out. What we are doing is starting off with the incline bench press. Why the incline over the flat bench? Because the incline is my weak point, and I don't want to train my weak point when I'm fatigued. So we're going to start out with it, right? And I usually start out with a lighter weight. I'm looking for 12 reps to see how I feel. Once I get those 12, I'm going to gauge myself, right? I walk in the gym with a plan on what I want to actually hit that day, the type of weight that I want to hit, but I need to gauge myself as I go through. That's what auto regulation is. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. We're going to superset that with a tricep pull down, right? Reverse grip tricep to hit it at a different angle. So I felt pretty decent in that first rep, or that first set of 12 reps. I think those were like 70 or 75s. I forget what I picked up. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and move up, but I don't want to make too big of a jump because my rotator cuff was feeling a little crazy, right? So I finished this out, took about a minute to 90 seconds rest or whatever like that, and jumped right into it. And I picked up the 80s for this set. And picking up the 80s, as soon as I picked them up, I was like, you know what, this might be a little bit rough for me. So I just wanted to hit 12, see if I could hit the 12 again. And I think I hit 10. Yeah, you can count them out for me. I hit 10 of these, and I was looking to leave 2 inside the tank, and I did not have 2 after I hit 10. I think I maybe had 1 left after that I hit that 80. My rotator cuff was on fire. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead. I'm going to move down on this next set, right? We're going to hit one more set of our tricep pull downs. Again, we're trying to get fired up. I want to try to get as much work in as possible in as little time as possible, right? Get the work in. I'm not looking to get stronger today. If anything, it's going to be some type of muscle building or muscle maintenance right now. I don't know what I'm saying right here, but I'm probably saying something about how terribly hard the last set was and that I was going to go down. So I think I grabbed the 75s for the next set. Hit those, felt clean. Again, I think I got 10 to 12. It was going to go for 14, but when I hit 12, I felt like I had nothing left in the tank. And again, I always want to leave 2 in the tank, maybe even 3 sometimes, depending on what I have after this, right? So since this was the heaviest thing that I thought I was going to be doing, I went ahead and just grabbed the 75s and went for 12. And I was going to get 15 if I thought, but it wasn't happening right now. So here I am over at the seated iso bench press. Wanted to do the machine over the dumbbells because of the way my shoulder was feeling after the incline bench. I wanted to control my range of motion, right? So sometimes we have a plan and it doesn't go our way and we got to adjust. So I adjusted here on the fly and I thought I would still be able to get 15, but it was not happening. I only got 8. So here I am trying to be all inspirational, telling you, sometimes things don't go to plan as you planned, and you don't abort the mission. You just adjust and keep it moving. You got to keep your head down and go, no matter if it's in life, if it's in the weight room, in sports, in business, in your relationships. You got to keep your head down. You can't run at the sign of every sign of something not going right? So, too bad you couldn't hear it because I was in the moment. I was in the motion right there. Wish you could have heard what I had to say to you. But, you get the gist. And then I tried to give it one more try at this 2 plates, and it did not go how I wanted to. I only got 8 reps on there again, and then put my shoulder on fire. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna drop down. I'll do a very lightweight for high reps on the last set. So I didn't record that set, but it was all good. It just wasn't my day in the gym. And you know what? That's what I think I was saying. It's like, not every day is going to be your day. Some days you're going to have it. Some days you're not going to have it, no matter where you are in life. You got to figure out how to move forward on the days that you don't have it. On the days where you can't get up and push yourself through, you got to figure out a way. If you don't have a husband, a wife, a significant other, whatever it is, that's going to help you, really get through. You gotta mentally lock in. It's just you, God, and whatever you facing, right? So right here, I'm working in with my guy. I don't know his name. I think his name is David. I met him right there. I'm working with him. He let me jump in on his fly machine. I love this machine because it allows you to get that loaded fly without putting the strain on your shoulders, right? When you do the dumbbells, you at high risk for that shoulder coming straight out. But the way this machine is set up, it doesn't allow you to actually, go into that overextension and drop. You get to a certain point and your handles are going to save you. So I love that machine. I got 2 sets of that. And I think I supersetted it with something, but I got 2 sets of that and then moved on. Here's my second set. You can just watch it and enjoy without me running my mouth. All right, we got back now. So finish out. This is like a burnout. I didn't get a workout. We're not going heavy. We're not doing big weight. We're going to do some body weight and some compound exercise only for the sake of getting a little bit of a burning, but not much load, right? Start out with the inverted rows. I'm going to hit inverted rows and then hit some biceps, some shoulders, mostly rear delts. Right? And we're not doing a lot of sets here, just high reps, high volume. One thing I'm using to make sure I can get a nice burn
is the BFR cups. We used the BFR cups before, right? BFR cups is allowed me to go lightweight, so we forget about that's tension on the muscles, kind of lightweight. So now I got that blood fluid. Then when I take them off, I'll get a nice rush of blood in there. You know what I'm saying? I realized something recording yesterday and then now today is that sometimes my brain don't be working when I'm working out, trying to explain stuff. Maybe I gotta voice this stuff over and get a better, so I can get a better explanation of what's going on. I promise there's weight on there. I promise I'm not just doing the Smith machine bar. I'm gonna go hit some rear delts I gotta find. A cable machine that's open. Let's see. So why did I wait until the end to hit back, right? Instead of doing supersets or hitting back first or going one major chest, one major back. Why didn't I just hit? Why did I wait to the end to hit back and then do light back? I did that because I wanted to make sure that we have an even distribution of volume throughout the week, but I don't want to tax myself doing chest and then try to tax myself doing back too, right? Opposing muscle groups. I want what needs to stabilize to be able to stabilize without being fatigued. So let's just say, for instance, if I'm bench pressing, I don't want to be doing back and forth trying to hit a heavy bench press if that's my goal, because my lats and my rotator cuffs and my full upper back is what's helping me to stabilize while I'm having that heavy load coming down on the eccentric on that bench press. So why would I want to fatigue both of them? Now, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just my reasoning behind my workouts. And when you think about having a plan, no matter what your plan is, you want to make sure that you have sound reasoning behind it. I always say it's not right or wrong, but it's sound and unsound. There's some things that work for certain people, there's some things that work for others, and there's some things that are universal, right? So I try to stick as basic, as universal. There are people out there that will talk circles around me as far as the science is concerned. But one thing I know, because I know that every time I step inside the gym, every time somebody who's with me is committed, especially my elite athletes, we get results. So that's that. That's the reasoning behind it. I'm gonna finish it out. I'm gonna just play the last couple clips of me exercising straight through, and then we out for the day.